to Kevin Lee.
For the pace laps here, just a moment from now, he has been trying to make this as much of a normal race day as possible, and the team has cleared quite a bit of his schedule. He says, yeah, I feel pretty good, but I have eaten a whole lot. The last thing he did before he put his helmet on, he greeted and embraced his girlfriend Ashley, his mom, and his sister. All around him say Joseph is nonplussed, he is calm, he is ready for the biggest race day of his life. Katie.
The second puncture of this race. By the way, Tony Kanaan is all the way back in 18th now after his early woes. Joseph Newgarden with a 1.4 second lead as we head to the pits with Kevin.
Well, this issue for Takuma Sato also potentially plays into the favor of Joseph Newgarden. It is the tire that's going down, so Sato will crawl his way in. So at this point, he's very unlikely to be a factor in this race. He is pitted, though, right in front of Newgarden. And there you're looking at Matt Johnson, who is normally the crew chief and the outside front tire changer for Will Power. But Team Penske has decided Power is a long shot. We're putting the crew, most of them that won the Indianapolis 500 pit stop competition, the outside tire changers and the jackman, on the 2 team with Joseph Newgarden. So that change only happened today before the morning warm-up, and now if Sato is off sequence from everyone else, much more likely that Joseph Newgarden has an easy in the rest of the way in this race.
Let's check in with Kevin Lee and find out more about Alexander Rossi.
Well, I talked to Rob Edwards just a few minutes ago, and they were still trying to diagnose the problem. They did some things with the electrical system, sent him back out. Alexander said still the same, so he came back in. They're still trying to figure it out, but obviously he is one that was mathematically alive for this championship, needed all the rest to finish in the back. But Alexander Rossi not only is not going to win the championship, he is, if not done for the day, going to be way out of it. But still, major progress for him in year number 2.
One of 3 Californians racing in California here today. It has been a very good year. Kevin?
Paul Lee, it's interesting you mentioned 2010. That's one of the crossroad years in Joseph Newgarden's career. I was talking with his dad, Joey, who's been a great supporter. They used to drive back and forth from the Nashville area to Newcastle Motorsports Park every weekend when he was a teenager, about 5 hours. But he said that 2010 season, after GP3, he thought they might be done. That was the 3rd time in his young career where they didn't know if they were going to have the budget to continue on. And it wasn't until about March that year, before the Indy Lights season, when they found something they liked. They found the opportunity over here in Indy Lights, and you never know what might happen. Perseverance, so many twists down the road. What a story this will be if Newgarden can pull it off here today. Joseph Newgarden just warned by Tim Cindric, watch your speed limit. It's 50 miles per hour. He's pitting at the same time as his teammate Will Power, but easy in and out. He's going to primary black, so all 3 of the first sets on primaries. Pretty good stop, a little bit longer, over 8 seconds, but it was good enough to beat out Power. Now how will he blend with the others up the hill?
Newgarden has to be careful. Don't get caught behind James Hinchcliffe. Do not let him get around. If he gets stuck there, then Paul, you're right, Pagano, who's in clean air, will be making huge headway on that gap.
Tim Cindric calls strategy as the team president for Team Penske for Joseph Newgarden. You've got a set of sticker altered, sticker reds there. How does that impact your situation?
Yeah, obviously, you know, we'll have to control the tires to the end there. I think the 9 cars in the same boat, so we'll be racing against the same tire to get to the end. It'll just be a matter of what happens there.
Can that be an advantage if, say, you're racing Simon Pagano, who's going to be on heated tires as you try to beat him up the hill after the stop?
Yeah, from a restart perspective, you know, you're just trying to protect the restarts, and it should be cooler than it was at the start of the race when the other guys ran the reds.
Thank you, Tim Cindric, trying to guide his young American, Joseph Newgarden, to his first championship. It's 1, 2, 3, 4 for Team Penske. Who's going to win the championship in Sonoma?
Not over yet, though. There's 13 laps to go, and I think interesting, just in front of Pagano are 2 teammates battling for honors with Ed Carpenter Racing, Hildebrand and Piggott.
Joseph Newgarden certainly in position right now, and he's got about 15 or so friends and family here, including his girlfriend Ashley. While Joseph seems very calm throughout the week and at times throughout the day today, Ashley's looked quite nervous. She's down here watching. Joseph's mom, Tina, is also down here as well. His sister, Christina, that's her right there. And also his other sister, Josephine, is watching with a big group in Chicago. She wishes she could be here, wasn't able to be here. And Joey, his dad, is also here, who has had so much to do with his career. Now, as far as on the track, it's almost like trying to hold the young bull back, listening to the conversation with Tim Cindric and Joseph Newgarden, who's got within striking distance to possibly try to to overtake Simon Pagenaud. But the championship is his if it stays this way. Plus, he's trying to still save some fuel at this point. But you know Joseph Newgarden would love to take the opportunity to pounce and finish it off with his 5th win of the season.
Newgarden has 141 seconds of push to pass. Pagenaud is down to 13 seconds.
It's interesting listening to the radio conversation on the 2 team between Tim Cindric and Joseph Newgarden, which is all I've been doing, and never has Tim said, do not use push to pass. So is it a case a driver is waiting to be cued when to use it, or in that fuel code, 65 or 70, would that tell him, we're saving a certain amount, you cannot use push to pass unless I specifically tell you? Let the celebration begin. Joseph Newgarden is the 3rd American IndyCar champ since 2000. He's the youngest in a unified IndyCar since Jacques Villeneuve in 1995. Congratulations from Roger Penske. His dad, Joey, has already been in. And let's watch for a moment before we talk with Joseph Newgarden and let him celebrate friends, family, and team. Team Penske President Tim Cindric, who called the strategy for this race.
I said at the beginning of the year that was a big move for Cindric to move off of Power's car and take on Newgarden. I thought that was a huge move. Man, did he ever coach him today, Kevin?
Joseph, you are an IndyCar champion. How does that sound?
That's awesome. You know, just so cool. So proud of these guys. It's just, I don't even know what to say. It was all year. Took a lot to make this happen. You know, thank you to my teammates. They were giving me a lot of help today and making sure that we got this done. And it's a huge team effort at Team Penske. So it's cool to do this in home colors with Verizon. Verizon does so much for the IndyCar series. They've given fans such great access over the years. So happy to have this car on for the championship. It's super fitting. And all our other partners that we've had at Team Penske, it's just been phenomenal working with Team Chevy, PPG, Fitzgerald Glider Kits, DeVilbiss. We've had so many great partners on this car, and to finally get it done, it's a dream come true, man. It's too awesome.
You are the first champion in their 20s in almost a decade, and you might have had a car that could win this race, probably did. How hard was it to not try to attack and win the race at the end and just do what you needed?
It was hard. I was using my natural instincts. I was trying to get Pagenaud there because I just, you know, that's what I normally do. I try and win the race whenever possible, and, you know, Tim was telling me, be patient, don't do something stupid. So I tried to get him, but I also tried not to do anything dumb for the team. And like I said, this has been a team effort. So I'm happy for Pagenaud. You know, he had the pace to win today for sure. So he's very deserving, and this entire group makes this happen. So I'm so thankful and happy with everything that Team Penske's done. And congrats to everyone at the factory. I mean, this is an amazing amount of work that goes into this.
The fans can hear you here. You have been a popular champion. You can tell in the reaction. What do you want to say to the fans that are listening?
Gosh, thank you so much to the IndyCar fans. We have some of the best in the world. It's only getting better, I swear. The IndyCar series is growing. People know that we have great motorsports here, so tune in. If people don't know, tell them what's up with IndyCar racing. Come to the Indy 500 next year. Come watch the 2018 Verizon IndyCar Series Championship. You will not be disappointed. So thank you for all your support.
And I don't know if you had a chance to talk with all your close family members. I saw your dad, Joey, lean in. What do you want to say to them in front of everyone?
They've done so much for me. My dad, he put it all on the line, just like my mom. And it's a dream come true. I'm sure they're happy too, man.
Congratulations. Joseph Newgarden, we'll talk to him again when we present the Astor Cup to the young American IndyCar champion.
Where are they?